Okay, people, I'm back with another requested video, and this is on the pandemic. Okay, somebody asked me about the pandemic, okay, or the future pandemic that Bill Gates predicted. Okay, now Bill Gates was involved in the last pandemic. I don't know how old. That's what I meant to look up. How old was Bill Gates? Okay, because he looked like he's about my age. So we both grew up knowing about immunizations and vaccines, okay, or getting vaccines. So we know, okay. And someone was saying about him predicting a future pandemic, okay. There's always going to be some kind of pandemic to come out, okay. The thing about COVID, okay, the thing with COVID is, and the problem we still going to face if we have another pandemic, is the people's inability, okay, for some reason to accept that a vaccine can help, okay. I don't know what it is, okay. People don't believe in vaccines. They think there's a microchip in the vaccine, okay. And he was accused, as a matter of fact, of microchipping, putting a microchip in the vaccine and doing some other stuff, creating COVID and all this kind of stuff, okay? Now, the thing with that is, we got to use our common sense, okay? People don't need to put chips in you to keep track of you, okay? They doing just fine with that cell phone you refuse to let go of, okay? Not to mention putting all your information in, okay, when you do go on these social media sites. That's why they're getting your information. They don't need all that information. They're getting that information to keep track of you, okay? And it is used for various reasons. It could be to keep track of the people. It could be to keep track of the population. It could be to keep track of people where they're migrating to, what, how they're going to market people. I mean, it's all kind of reasons. Okay, people keep a track, so they don't need to put a chip, okay, in the vaccine. But anyway, and then it's kind of funny though, because the people who say that there's chips in the vaccine and they're not going to get vaccinated be the main ones on social media, okay, telling all their business. Child, okay. So anyway, he predicts that there will be another pandemic, okay. I mean, I predict there'll be another pandemic, okay? But the thing about it is, with the COVID, millions of people died. And these people still don't get it. Millions of people have dropped dead. Your family members, okay, your kids, everybody. People was getting vaccinated, okay, and hiding it from their family who didn't believe in the vaccine. Okay, the people are dropping dead around you, okay? Oh my God. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so we want to ask the cards, okay, about the future pandemic, okay? Will there be a future pandemic? What's going on with a pandemic? Now, the thing about a pandemic is, okay, you got to remember that back then, I grew up in the 60s, okay? Back in the 60s, okay, we did not have all the data that we have now, okay? The data that we're using are from those times, okay? See what I'm saying? So, I lost friends and loved ones to COVID-19. My daughter caught COVID-19, okay? I told her to come to get vaccinated. Come to find out, she didn't get vaccinated. She came down with the COVID, and she had not got vaccinated. So she ended up having to go in the hospital. She was in the hospital for a week. She could have died. She almost died. She was so scared, okay? I'm like, when she told me she had it, and I'm like, well, did you get vaccinated, okay? And he did the vaccine. I'm like, oh Lord, okay, yeah, I took her to emergency, honey. She didn't fell on the floor, honey. Okay, she's too big for me to pick her up. So I was like, had to call the people. Oh my goodness, okay. Then they had to admit her. It was so many people, okay, you had to get to a certain point before you got admitted. They just sent you back home, okay. They gave her some oxygen. Oh. But anyway, she survived, thank God, okay, by the grace of God, because there was people dying left and right. Uh, from that disease. Millions of people died, dropped. And that's the thing about a vaccine. It's not a cure, but it can help, okay? And that's the thing about getting vaccinated, okay, is so that the pandemic, okay, you have a pandemic, you have an outbreak, okay? A pandemic kind of like karma. What goes around comes around, okay? And if it comes to you, you want to be prepared if you can, okay? Will it give you COVID? Yeah. It'll get just like the flu shot. They say don't give you the flu. Yes, it does. Okay. What it does is it gives you a microscopic dosage, okay? Enough for your body to build an immune to, okay? That's what's going on here. To build up an immunity. So if you do get sick, you won't die, okay? It won't be severe, okay? Or hopefully you won't get sick at all. Depends, okay? Everybody's different. What can you tell us about a pandemic, okay? Well, we received a pandemic, okay? And if you keep getting vaccinated, if you make it a thing to get vaccinated, okay, the sickness dies down. So when I first got the flu shot, because I didn't get the flu shot, I didn't, let me see. I think this is is it my third year? I think this might be my third year or fourth year getting a flu shot, okay? And I got sick, I got the flu, okay? Was down for a week or two, yes, okay? Next one I got sick too. But as I keep getting them, okay, I don't get as sick, okay? So, I'm not saying you won't get sick, okay? But if you keep doing it over and over, and I got the flu shot and the vaccine shot at the same time, one in each arm, yeah. But okay, I got to go get my flu shot. Matter of fact, this is August. I think, yeah, August. I'm due for my COVID shot and my flu. But I was waiting because I wanted to get the updated version of the COVID shot. Because if I got the old version, then I couldn't get the new version if it came out within 2 weeks. You have to wait. So I just said I'll wait. So I'm going to call them up and see if they have the new one. Go down there and get both my shots, okay? So, what can you tell us about a pandemic? Okay? I don't even know how to read these cards, what I'm reading, okay? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know about a future pandemic, okay? Let's see. Okay. Now, this is the Chariot, okay? So, what I'm getting is, okay, that it will be coming in fast. Why? Because it'll have a clear path. To me, that's the Chariot. It's going to have a clear path to come on in, okay? And plus, two, is we don't know what kind of pandemic we're going to have. If we'll able to have a vaccine or a cure, or how long it's going to take us to get a vaccine or a cure, because we still don't have a cure for COVID. We got a vaccine, but we don't have a cure. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay, that's slow. Okay. We got some feminine energy coming in slow. Okay. There is going to be, what is this? The Seven of Wands in reverse. So, okay, we might be defeated with this pandemic. We might be a little defeated. If you're not going to get vaccinated, okay, you're going to be defeated. Okay. How about that? Okay. How about that? All these wands, okay, but they're in reverse. So we have the Page of Wands. Okay. So there'll be time. Okay. It looks like it's not going to be anytime soon. Okay. And then we have, here we go, we have the Nine of Wands, okay? Standing up for your beliefs, okay? So it's not coming in fast, okay? But when it does come in, okay, we'll be able to stand up. We'll stand up, okay? We'll stand up, okay? And then we have the Empress. The Empress, okay? So we're going to have options. Put it to you like that. We're going to have quite a few options against this particular pandemic. Yeah. Thank God. Okay, so we're going to have some options. Let's keep going. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So it'll be an emotional one, okay? And it's going to shatter a lot of dreams. So I take it that if you're not going to get vaccinated, okay, there's a good chance that your dreams will be shattered. Okay, so maybe that if there is a pandemic that comes in, okay, says it's coming in slowly, so that might be years, okay, but it will cause devastation, okay, for those who are not vaccinated. See, we have the Queen of Wands, okay, in reverse, okay. I'm gonna say that's the pandemic, okay? It's coming in slowly, okay? People gonna stand up, okay? But it's coming in. I'm gonna say this queen right here, the Empress, who's gonna have a lot of possibility. That's gonna be your vaccine. That's gonna be your vaccine, okay? So this part right here, where you're not gonna get vaccinated, okay? Your dreams are gonna be shattered. Okay. Let's just go with the flow and see what the cards say. How about that? Okay. We have the King of Swords. Okay. So they're going to offer some structure. Okay. We're going to get intelligent, rational. Okay. About what's coming in. But then you got the Fool, the folly, the fool for folly. Okay. We have the Fool coming in. Okay. And these are the people, okay, who didn't come up in a pandemic era or a vaccine era, okay? And they're going to be like the rest of these people, okay? Oh, no, I'm not getting that. Oh, it's got the, it's got chips and all this kind of stuff in it, okay? Right? Now, I will tell you that I didn't come up in like the bubonic plague and all that, okay? When I came up, let me see, there was tuberculosis, okay? Tuberculosis is highly contagious, okay? But they had a Was it a vaccine or a cure? I think they came out with a cure, thank God, okay, when I was born, okay? And I did come out with the measles and the mumps. I had to get vaccinated and stuff, like the little babies have to get now, okay? Same thing, okay? And I didn't end up getting severe. I got the measles and the chicken pox. My kids they got vaccinated, but they still got the chicken pox, okay? But they had to stay home, of course, and everything. But it wasn't as severe as it could have been. It wasn't crippling, okay? And it didn't kill them, of course. They're alive. So I'm just saying, okay? So anyway, let's go on. So we got the people who are not going to believe, okay? We got the level-minded people. We got the unlevel-minded, okay? Let's keep going. Oh, I got the Ten of Swords, okay? But it's in reverse, okay? So people are going to escape ruin, or they're going to delay it. Okay, here's the this is on top of the pandemic. We got the pandemic now. It's coming slowly. Here we got it, and we got the vaccine. Okay, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, for the avoidance and the delay. Okay, is right here on top of the pandemic. It has risen up. Okay, and here we are. So some people are going to avoid it, escape the ruin, okay, and some people are not, okay. Some people are gonna learn, because there are still people out here who survived the pandemic who wish they would have gotten got the vaccination, okay, because of the suffering. Some people are still suffering from the pandemic, okay. But the thing about it is, it's a scary thing when you cannot breathe. That is scary. When you feel like you're suffocating and you can't catch your breath, that is scary, okay. So anyway, they're escaping or avoiding it, okay, and then we have the victory. Now, see, this is what I'm telling you. Where the victory gonna go on? The victory is going right on top of the immunization, the vaccine, right on top. That's why I said, hold on, let me finish the cards, because I didn't know what card was going to come out, but it's funny how they came out, and I'm telling the story as it's going, and sure enough, okay, the victory lands right on top of the vaccine, the queen, the empress, who's got all these options, okay, she's got all these options, okay, so that's what we got going on with the pandemic, okay, so what I want to bring in is a deck I don't normally use, okay, because I don't have a reason to use it, but this is a good time to use it. This is the Time Oracle. Okay, we're going to use this to see if we can find out when the pandemic will come in, okay? We're only going to draw 3 cards, okay, and see what they say. Can you tell us, okay, can you give us clarification as to the next pandemic coming, okay? It says here it's coming slowly, okay? We're going to have some options. We're going to have a vaccine. Some people are not going to take the vaccine. Some people will take the vaccine, okay? What can you tell us about the timing when all this will come to fruition, the next pandemic? What do you want to share with us on the next pandemic? Let me see if I have another, what do you want us to know? The timing on the next pandemic that comes our way. Oh, it says this year. Says this year. Okay. Now, that could be, hold on, hold tight. That could be the flu. Okay. That could be the flu because this year, flu season is coming. So it's letting y'all know, okay, flu season. We also have May. And we have March. Okay. So March comes before May. Okay. So we're going to get a pandemic, a flu. We'll probably get the flu and the colds. Okay. We're also going to get an uprise in COVID because those diseases tend to survive in cold weather for some reason. Okay, let's see if we can do another card. Hold on now. Hold on. See if I have my card. Okay, I don't have all my cards here. They're in the other room. Okay, but anyway, it's telling us that we may. Okay, I'll take it. This is the flu, the cold and the flu, and a rise in COVID cases. Okay, a rise in COVID cases. It's that time of the year. And what I also want to tell you is that even though the funding has run out, okay, the funding for the pandemic, they didn't renew it. Okay, so it looks like there is no pandemic. There is no COVID-19, but there is. Okay, it's just that the funding has run out, so the money that they use for the supplies and the advertising and the awareness, okay, is not there. But the COVID, the virus is still there. Okay, it's there. It's running them up. So if you want to get vaccinated, I urge you to get vaccinated. I'm a vaccine person, okay? If you don't, then don't, okay? We also may have in March, May, okay, something that arises, okay? There may be an uptick in flus, okay? Because I noticed that we're not wearing masks like we used to, okay? We're not covering our mouths when we cough. Okay, parents are not teaching the children to cover their mouths. Okay, they're not teaching the children a whole lot of things, I know, but okay, they are not teaching the children basic manners. Okay, allegedly. For your entertainment purposes only, okay? Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's more. If you have any questions or you have any requests, let me know. Leave them down there in the comment section. I'll get right to it. But there may be something coming up. Now, what I will tell you, though, is it's saying March and May, but it's not telling you a year. Okay, so there may be a pandemic coming in March or May or both, but you don't know what year, okay? But it is telling you that season. But this one right here is saying this year, and you see that explosion, okay? There's going to be an outburst of the cold and flu season. So that does make sense, okay? But, okay, as far as the pandemic, something will be coming. It doesn't say when, but it says it will come in slowly. So this is like when the COVID-19, we saw it coming. Not only did we see it coming, we let it in. Okay, and people were riding around, okay, and they had COVID and they were spreading it and they weren't even telling people, and people actually died from being contaminated. Anyway, I'm gonna let that sit right there, okay? Most of all, stay blessed. Bye.